The Legend of Ozu. Ebube Namdi lived a quiet life, a history lecturer in bustling Lagos. His days were filled with books and the scent of coffee. One evening, a mysterious wooden box appeared on his doorstep, holding an ancient, carved mask and a letter written in symbols older than time itself. He laughed it off, thinking it a prank. But then the dreams began. He saw a palace submerged in water, a queen weeping, and a baby stolen in the dead of night. Soon, whispers echoed his name on the wind, even when he was wide awake. 3 nights later, masked figures broke into his home, not for his belongings, but for the ancient mask. Ebube barely escaped, fleeing through the labyrinthine streets of Lagos. Suddenly, an old woman with one shimmering eye, Mama Nika, appeared. Ozu waits for her son, she urged. Follow me or die. With nothing left to lose, Ebube followed Mama Nika. They journeyed deep into the Niger Delta, where the air grew thick with fog and an ancient presence stirred. Then, through the mist, it appeared, Ozu, a breathtaking kingdom of coral and stone, with palaces rising from the water and trees glowing with sacred markings. In Ozu, Ebube was no stranger. He was the spitting image of the last true emperor, who vanished long ago. The elders believed he was the lost prince, spirited away to protect him from a violent coup. But the throne was not empty. Oba Ayedun, a fierce general, now ruled, having married the emperor's widow, Queen Adesua. To prove his claim, Ebube had to face the trial of the ancestors in the forest of talking drums, a place where no lie could hide. He confronted ancient spirits, visions of his mother's pain, and the betrayal that led to his father's demise. At the base of an ancient tree, Ebube bled, and his blood awakened Ida Allah, the sacred spear of kings, hidden for decades. As the spear rose from the earth, the elders fell to their knees. The ancestors had spoken. Ebube was the rightful emperor. Oba Ayedun welcomed Ebube to the palace like a son, offering wine and smiles, but secretly plotting his downfall. Within the palace walls, Queen Adesua, Oba's wife, wept upon seeing Ebube. He was her son, the one she thought lost forever. She had been forced to marry Oba after the war, living with silent grief. On the eve of the Festival of Reeds, the day the crown would pass, Oba made his move. Ebube was poisoned at a royal banquet, but death did not claim him. The ancient mask fused to his face, and the ancestors themselves returned, their spirits rising from the shadows. Ebube's wounds healed, and his voice thundered with ancient power. The next morning, Ebube walked into the festival, glowing with ancestral light. Oba tried to silence him, calling him a fraud and drawing his sword. In front of the entire kingdom, they fought, fire against steel, spirit against rage. The ground cracked, and winds howled as the dead watched in silence. Ebube stood victorious, but he did not take Oba's life. Instead, he dragged the defeated ruler to the Lake of Truth, where no lie could survive, and cast him into its depths. The lake swallowed Oba whole, and its waters stilled, bringing an end to his tyranny. Ebube Namdi was crowned Emperor of Ozu that very day. The ancient fog around the kingdom began to lift. New trade routes opened, and education flourished. As peace settled, Mama Nika reappeared. "The real enemy is not gone," she whispered. "He rises from the north, wearing many faces." Ebube looked towards the horizon, knowing this was only the beginning of Ozu's legend.